Two of the people who are supportive of Russell Brand, who have been publicly, one of them is Andrew Tate, a man who's accused of rape and human trafficking and has bragged about his misogyny. The other is Elon Musk, who's one of the richest people in the world and who recently bought a mass communications platform seemingly on a whim and is using that mass communications platform essentially to speak supportively about Russell Brand spreading conspiracy theories on the internet. And on that, we actually have had a WhatsApp message from a listener called Maddie. Thank you so much for writing in, Maddie. And this is what Maddie says. Hi, PS UK team. Although the Russell Brand allegations aren't strictly a political story, he strikes me as a prime case study of someone who slid to the right and then used its conspiracy rhetoric to defend himself from credible allegations. The whole martyr to the mainstream media shtick. I remember as a teen being excited by his leftist ideas about radical community, but I can't help wondering if his shift further and further right since then is an effort to shore up power and security ahead of a backlash. I'd love to know what you both think as people with insight into British media, and especially Coco as a journalist, and what this can tell us, if anything, about where and how we source our political beliefs. Love, and thanks for being the highlight of my Thursday, Maddie.
Oh, thank you so much for writing into us, Maddie. I mean, when I've been thinking lots about conspiracy theories recently, not just in terms of Russell Brand, but just in general. And I always think back to one of my first kind of interactions of the science of conspiracy theory, which was John Ronson. John Ronson famously did a kind of deep dive into people that believe conspiracy theories. And one of the things he honed in on was that a lot of people who buy into this, it's because they've previously been tricked, or there's some sort of abuse of trust that has happened in their past. There is a reality that the average citizen has a right to say that perhaps their trust has been abused by the political system, by the media. Hillsborough springs to mind. I'm all for being critical of the media. I think more criticism is great, more accountability is great. I'd like to see more media literacy in school. But these conspiracy theories aren't critical thinking. They're kind of the opposite. They want simple solutions to complex problems. You know, that idea that like anyone that's been to therapy knows two things can be true at once. As much as I have sympathy for people who distrust politics and distrust institutions, at some point you just sort of like grow up. In terms of Russell Brand, though, what I would say is it doesn't surprise me that someone who allegedly abused their power sees abuses of power everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Like if you've been a cheat, you probably imagine there's plenty of cheating around.
Yeah.
If you've been protected by institutions, no wonder you think that other institutions are being protected too. So, it doesn't surprise me that this thing is happening. In terms of, whether he slid to the right to shore himself up, I mean, I don't know. But definitely just on that point about media and trust in the media, like it's fine to be critical, but there has to be a limit to that and it has to be constructive. And choosing to get your information from like credible places that are held to account in some way should be more, in my view, but have some sort of rules and regulations to abide by is critical.
I will say this, about a year ago, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, we're both comedians, and I said, it's incredible he's monetized this kind of conspiracy thinking. Also, it's very strange because he's living in England, but all the videos relate to right-wing American conspiracy theories. There's a lot of stuff about Fauci in there. It's a very strange mixture. And I said to my friend, God, it's so weird. I guess this is what he's doing to make money now because he's not able to make it anywhere else. And she actually said, no, it's absolutely perfect because when the allegations do come out, he's going to say this, this, and this. And what she did was essentially walk me through the beats of the video that he put out on Friday night to get ahead of the allegations. She literally said it was going to be, but I've been questioning the mainstream media. This is what happens when they question the mainstream media. A lot of not specific allegations, but kind of vague sort of, vague senses of some kind of unnamed conspiracy. It was exactly the beats of the video. And it was an extraordinarily prescient conversation.